Hi, stamping buddies. How are you this morning? I am so sorry I forgot. Oh, hold on. I'm messing up here. I'm having to redo. Having to redo my filming here. I did the entire card tutorial this morning at 9 o'clock, and I was wondering, where are all the comments? Where are all the comments? Well, when I finally finished and I went to shut everything down, I realized I forgot to hit the record button. So I'm starting all over this morning. I know it's almost 10 o'clock, but well, since I've run through it once, the second time shouldn't take very long at all. All right, like I said, I forgot to hit the record button, but that's all right. It's all good. It's all good. Okay, for those who don't know me, my name's Christina Reese. This is Creating with Christina. I come live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, usually at 9 a.m. Central Time. This morning I'm a little late, but that's okay. And I share tips and stamping techniques to help you with your card making. All right. Go back over here to this view now, and real quick before we get started, don't forget the host code. If you spend $50 and up to $150 or stop at $149, put in this host code and I will send you a free thank you gift. If you go over $150, then Stampin' Up! Will give you a free gift of your own choosing. So you'll get what's called stamping rewards once you go past $150. Okay, here we are. Now all my comments are in. Dorothy and Karen, Melissa, and Deborah Woodby, and Deborah Crowder. Good morning. And I am so sorry I forgot to hit the record button this morning. But oh well, I'm here now. Okay, we are going to quickly make this card. The supplies we're using, first of all, the stamp set is the jar of flowers. And a lot of you already have this. This came out last June. But I wanted to bring it back out because of this spring bouquet. And a lot of you either just got off of spring break or going on spring break. This is your first day of spring break. And I was thinking, you know, we were all working. Well, we weren't all working in our yard, but those of us down south were working in their yard. Others of you went skiing because of all the snow. But anyways, spring break is here. Spring is here. And so I wanted to make another spring card, and I got out this stamp set. This stamp set is also great for teaching a technique called the kissing technique or stamping off. And what that does is gives you a lighter shade of the stamp of the ink pad that you have. Okay. Thank you, Deborah. Deborah Crowder says that I make her Mondays happier. Well, you make my Mondays happier too. Okay, here we go. So we have the stamp set. The stamp set has this mason jar that you can punch out. So we're going to do that. I'm also, because the jar of flowers does not have a sentiment, I'm using the Springtime Joy, Welcome Spring, as my sentiment. And I'm using the in colors, the Magenta Madness and Just Jade, Misty Moonlight, Bumblebee. So I'm using those fun, bright in colors. All right. Our card base is the Misty Moonlight. Here we go. Here's the Misty Moonlight. And it's just a traditional size card, 8.5 by 5.5, folded in half at the 4 1/4 mark. All right. Then I cut out 2 rectangles. Here we go. One is in the vellum. Oh, I don't want to show you the other one yet because I already stamped on it. So hold off on that. You need the ink, the cutter, okay, and some dimensionals and some ribbon. All right, so those are the supplies you need. Melissa says, I have this set but haven't used it yet. Oh, good. Well, here's a card idea for you to use it. Here we go. We're going to cut the white cardstock in the vellum with the layering stitched rectangles. So you can see here on my vellum, there we go. You can see the stitched edge. I did a white piece smaller than the vellum. Then we are going to, okay, here we go. Now, this is the white one right here. And I have already stamped the bouquet of spring flowers. And I did that in a gray ink in the Smoky Slate. So it wasn't so dark. I needed it dark enough where you could see it, but I didn't want it so dark that it kind of took away from the flowers. Then I just colored in with the different coloring blends, the Just Jade, Misty Moonlight, Magenta Madness. Now we don't have a bumblebee marker blend set, but we do have the Mango Melody, and that's pretty close to the Bumblebee. So we colored the flowers, and I stamped it up at the top of this rectangle, and I'm going to be putting the jar down here with dimensionals. So that's that. We need a scrap piece of paper, and we need our jar. If I can find it, here we go. Here's our jar. We're going to do this in Just Jade. We're going to use Just Jade for our colors. And put that there. And there is our jar, okay? We also want the flower stems, okay? So here are the flower stems, and I'm doing those in Just Jade also, okay? And you just have those come right where the jar starts and stamp down. Now these stems are not colored in, so you're going to have to color these in. And I'm just going to do that super fast with the Just Jade light marker, and then I'll come and do some dark on the stems that are in the back. So it looks like they are layered and not all lying flat. Okay, so I'm just getting these stems that are in the front first with the light, and then I'll get the stems in the back. Okay, with the dark jade. Okay. And I'm doing a pretty light touch because some of these stems are pretty thin, and if you press down too hard, you'll get a fat line, and it'll look like you colored outside the lines. Not that coloring outside the lines is a bad thing. Okay, but if you ever wanted to know, oh, I can't color, well, heavy and light touches have with your marker has a lot to do with it. Okay, there, we've colored our stems. Hey, Mary from Charlotte. No, with Charlotte. Oh, from Charlotte. Oh, my Charlotte is here. Hello, sweetheart. Oh, my goodness. Okay. So we have our jar with our stems. Oh, you know, I could probably zoom in a little better for you guys so you can see this. There we go. So now we're doing the technique now. Here we go. There's a second stamp that looks like a mason jar that's been cut, and it does have the lines just like the large jar, but I've turned this upside down. I don't know if you can tell or not, but this part up here is all flat, okay? And this is how we do it. We ink up the back of the stamp here, okay? And then we're going to take some scrap paper. Let me move this over so I can see what I'm doing here. Some scrap paper, and we're going to kiss off. And actually, I found that if I kiss off twice, I get an even better color of water. And now I just line that up and put the water in the jar. And voila. So it originally was this dark, okay, that's the Just Jade color, but you can get a very light jade by what we call either stamping off or kissing off. Okay, technically it's called the kissing technique. All right, we've done that. Just punch it out so we can put it on our card. Here we go. Get in there. Oh, if you don't, sometimes, well, let me zoom out, my goodness. There we go. Sometimes when you put the card in, the cardstock in, you go, oh no, it doesn't fit. Well, no problems. We'll just trim that real quick. Let me, okay, so just cut that down like that. And now when you stick it in, oops, there we go. And we have our jar. I'd like to tie some ribbon around the jar here. So I found if you tape it to the back, it stays still so you can tie it. I had difficulty trying to tie it. It just kept going everywhere and I couldn't keep it still. So I'm just going to put a little adhesive back here. All right. Oops, I got it on my stamping mat. No problem. I just rubbed that right off of there. And now that we have it on here, I'm just going to tie it in a knot. I think a bow would be a little much on this little bitty thing. So, and then I just take some clamping tweezers to hold my ribbon still while I finish my knot. There we go. Okay. Yay. And I'm going to trim it down a little bit. It's a little big there. There we go. And kind of twist it so that the, yeah. Okay. We're almost done. So we have our base. Whoops. And we need the vellum. Where did my vellum go? Here's my vellum. Okay, I'm going to adhere this piece here to our vellum. And just center it, just nothing fancy. I liked having just a little something. I had originally just had the white on the blue, but it looked kind of boring. So I just put a little vellum there instead of putting another total different color. And I've smeared a little green there. Let me go. Come here, come here, come here. When you get a little stray ink, get a sanding eraser. And if you will sand very quickly and not let it sink into the paper too much, you should be able to get it off. Yeah, pretty good. I kind of let it sit there a while because you don't want to sand all the way through the paper. No, that's much better. Okay, so we have that on there. Now let's tape this on. Oh, thank you, Marty, for sharing. I really appreciate that. That helps a lot. Okay, Facebook likes it when you share. Okay, almost done. We need our sentiment here. Okay, on my welcome spring. Okay, this Springtime Joy has Welcome Spring, and it's one long stamp right there, but I didn't really have room for the long stamp, but I wanted Welcome Spring, so I cut it in half. Okay, I feel like I need to zoom in just a little bit more. There we go. Okay. Just Jade again. And we're going to do welcome. And then we're going to do spring. And excuse my head, I have to get over this so I can see well where I'm stamping. There we go. Welcome spring. And it looks like I got a little bit of green there. Oh my goodness. Be careful not to press down too hard with your stamps or you will get the edge. Nope. I let it stay there too long, darn it. Well, it'll just have to add a little something to our card. It is a handmade card after all. It's not perfect. Last but not least, our jar. As we say, it's good enough. We can't be perfectionists in this in this craft. Drive ourselves crazy. Yay! All right, our cute little jar. Okay. And I have the jar where it kind of is coming off the end a little, but I meant to do that. There we go. So our little jar kind of comes off the end there. Now let me back it out so you can see it better. There we go. All right, happy spring, you guys. I hope you like this card, and I am so sorry that I was late. I wasn't late. I did start at 9. I just forgot to hit the record button. I did the whole card, and then I figured it out, and I had to start all over. So thank you for being so patient and not expecting me to be perfect, because I'm definitely not perfect. Don't forget about the host code. If you purchase anything and you end up spending more than $50 so that I can give you a free gift, just put in the host code. That's really it. If you liked this card, you can go over to my YouTube channel and find a lot more card ideas over there. I have quite a few videos over there from the past 4 years of card making. So, all right. Good morning, you all. Marty really liked it. She says it's so beautiful. Well, thank you, Marty. I appreciate that. And Dorothy likes it too. Yay. And Charlotte, I hope you liked it too. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.